Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's recap is for Thursday, June the 30th, 2022. Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Today was an okay episode, in my opinion, on General Hospital. Nothing to truly jump and shout about, but it was pretty okay. There were some scenes of Spencer. Spencer was definitely trying to actually seek out Brad, but he found Britt with Brad, and he took the opportunity to completely apologize to Britt for the horrible things he said to her, and actually to me the apology was sincere because he's always truly liked Britt. When they filmed the scene of him, when she told him no, she wouldn't help with the drug, the way he completely flipped the script and went off character, the way he talked to her, to me that was just out of the blue. It truly was out of the blue. What I liked was Britt told him how much that just truly hurt her. I mean, how he could say those things to her when through thick and thin, throughout all the years, Britt has been there for Spencer. I can remember when Spencer was a little boy with that precocious little actor that they had for Spencer. I thought he was so cute. Had him for a long time, but guess what? When they needed to age him, that actor is not that age. So, but Britt, even though she was on the run, remember when Spencer was truly in crisis, Britt would just pop up at Windermere to be there for Spencer. I could remember after Spencer had gotten burned, in the fire, which actually I think Cameron accidentally caused. And he had the scar on his face, and he didn't want anybody to see him, and he used to wear something on his face, I think. And it was it the New Year's Eve or something that they were having a show. Perhaps it was a nurse's, I don't really think it was a nurse's ball, but maybe it was a nurse's ball. And he had a number or was supposed to do a number, but he didn't want to be seen. And Britt came to Windermere. She just showed up and she gave him a pep talk. And little Spencer put on his costume, and he went and he did his performance, to prove to the world and to prove something to little Emma, that he was still the man. I really like that Spencer, but that's the Spencer that is so close to Britt's heart. And so she felt it was almost like a child had turned on her. But he wore her down. He truly wore her down. But she told him, look, as long as you're with that Esme, I really don't want nothing to do with you. But he's kind of phrasing it or putting it in a neat bow for Britt that he's trying to find Esme's parents because he believes that's the root of why she acts the way she acts, that she just doesn't know where she's from. But won't the shoe be on another foot, or when they find out, oh, she knows who her daddy is. She may not know who her mother is, but oh, she knows who her daddy is, and that's why she's the way she is. So that's interesting. But Britt ultimately ended up agreeing. She told Brad she agreed to help Spencer. So, we shall see how that actually happens, how that goes on. But, they were sitting there and he was really kind of pouring his little heart out to her, just talking to her, but without telling her that, yeah, I think my girlfriend is a sleazeball. She's a monster. And yes, my actual girlfriend that I'm talking about doing this present for is really Trina. That's really the girlfriend he has secretly in his heart. But Spencer sees Rory and Trina getting closer together. And the funny thing is, after he leaves Britt, he shows up at poolside on top of the Metro Court, and there's Rory and Trina, and oh, he can't take his eyes off of her. But before he got there, Esme was trying to work Rory, trying to find out, which was so interesting to me. What made her think in what world this would happen? She's barred from a psychiatric facility where she was interning. She didn't have a job. She's not employed there. And the doctor barred her, or a doctor barred her, Ryan's doctor, from having access to him because he's a danger. On what planet can a cop help her get access again? I don't get it. But oh, she was sure flirting with him, trying to turn on the charm. And he was actually trying to get a hold of her phone, which was interesting. Is I was thinking, why would access to Esme's phone help? Because Esme had a black market phone, which is what she framed Trina with. So how could he getting access to Esme's phone help? I didn't quite understand that. So if anybody understands that, why would he want to do that? Can you kind of comment on that? Because to me, that didn't make sense. But Trina walks in and there's Esme with her phone, you could tell the flirty position. And she's like, well, Rory, what's going on here? And Esme kind of looks at Trina and she looks at Rory like, yeah, wait, like you two know each other? What is going on here? And now that I think about it, perhaps Esme has never been around Rory and Trina before, or Rory, Trina, and Spencer before. I think in all of the other scenes, it's pretty much been Spencer, Trina, and Rory. That's interesting, because she was kind of looking like, how does she know you, or you know her? Oh, wait a minute. Is that why you're trying to get my phone? So he kind of got blown out of the water with that. And then they had, scene with Marshall trying to get some old contacts to find out information on who sells black market phones. And his contact does come through to him. So of course, he and Curtis are going to go check it out, but watch TJ go along. The doctor has to go along. So we shall see if the three of them are, on the road or the trail of finding out where that phone came from. Okay. So that was those three. And then we had some boring scenes between Sam and Dante and Cody. Cody, oh, look at here. The latest gig I had lined up, oh, it just fell through. Yeah, right, as if he had another job. So of course he does tell Dante, oh, I will take you up on staying in town, but I'll need to get a job. So Spinelli walks in, and then Spinelli is nervous seeing Corey talking to Sam and Dante, and Sam is noticing, what's going on with you? Why are you so nervous and jumpy about this? So she's going to now be putting on her investigator cap to find out what's going on now between Cody and Spinelli. So Cody somehow, goes out, meets up with Spinelli outside, and pretty much tells him what he's going to do for him. In other words, give him some kind of job that's not really a job, but to pay him, give him money. So I'm not too interested in that storyline. Sasha, she and Michael have, nice little long talk at GH, and Michael then goes in to see Willow. And so she asks TJ, look, the news that, Willow's going to be giving Michael, what you told her, should I stick around? Do you think they're going to need a friend after? And he goes, you know what? Willow might want to talk to you after. Stick around. So she doesn't know if that's good or bad news. So he goes, she's in room, whatever, 101, 1001. And then he walks away to the nurse, and he tells the nurse that's on duty to order an OB consult for room 1001. And Sasha kind of hears like, room 1, or no, Sasha didn't hear that. Sasha walks up to the nurse's station, and the nurse is on the phone with the OB person, and she's like, oh, this must be, you have the best job in the hospital. You get to tell, prospective parents they're pregnant, and oh, that's just you get to give good news in the hospital. So she goes, I want to order a consult for room 1001. And Sasha is like, wait a minute, that's Willow's room. And now she's thinking, oh no, Willow's pregnant. And that just brings the natural reaction, uh, and actually that is a natural reaction. You lose your baby and you find out a friend is pregnant. It has nothing to do with you not being happy for your friend. It has everything to do with you wishing that were still you. You know, she wishes she still had her baby, and now Willow's gonna have a baby. So that really shook her, which we knew Sasha was one bad news away from falling off of the drug wagon. Okay, she was one bad news away, one bad photo shoot away. So she goes to Brando's auto shop and she wants to talk to him, but she overhears Gladys talking about she's moving out. And the funny thing is, Brando's like, Mom, we don't want you to move out. But she's like, no, I need my space. And then Sasha actually comes in and says, no, we need you. And I kind of thought Gladys was reading Sasha's face, because Sasha's face was in distress that Gladys, I'm about to fall off the wagon. Okay. And Gladys says, well, you know what? Come on. I made a lasagna. Let's go. I thought she was saying, let's go to Sasha, but I think she was saying, let's go to everybody. But then Sasha got a phone call and says, look, I got to take this. You all meet me at home. And Gladys kind of looks at her and I'm thinking, well, Gladys, where's your falling off the wagon senses? See, those spidey senses should have been going off. They were going off any other time, but this time, right? So they all said, well, okay, Brando and Gladys says, okay, we'll meet you at home. And they walk out. And in my mind, I'm like, wait, this is Brando's auto shop. Sasha has keys to lock up? Because he just went home with his mama. I guess she's locking up, you know, instead of her saying, listen, you guys, I got my car outside. I'm going to meet you both at home. That would have made more sense. And then Brando could have locked up and could have went home with his mother. But I don't know. I think that was a bit of writing that, you know, they didn't think was important enough to really make that scene cohesively right. But then Willow does tell Michael that she is pregnant. And you know how soap operas are. They want to make you look like, I didn't just tell you good news. You're standing there looking at me like, wait, what? Wait, huh? And so she was kind of trying to read him like, I know this is unexpected, but are you happy about this? And then it took a minute to sink in with Michael. And then that's where he's hugging her saying, well, yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm happy about this, period. I mean, I thought we were being careful, but absolutely I'm happy about this. So, you know, then she talks about, you know, she's very, and then he asked her, do you want the baby? And she was just saying, you know, yes, she absolutely does. You know, it wasn't planned for this time, but the love she has for him and Wiley, she hasn't even met this baby, just found out about this baby, and she already loves the idea of having another baby. She loves the idea of their family expanding. So I really did like that part as well. So that was the General Hospital recaps for today. I want to quickly check to see if I think I have just a few comments that I may want to talk about. Let me go to should have had this pulled up, but I keep all my comments in a file that I could get to them really quickly. I have a comment by this chemo beauty, and she says that she thinks I'm right about the next news is going to be something's wrong with her and she's pregnant, and it is going to be Willow that has to come out and not Willow, Nina, her mama, say both mama and mother and daughter and baby. And then she talked about she loves the little Leo actor and the whole storyline with the family. And she says she really likes, you know, Ned and Olivia as well. You know, she hopes that they keep the writing, that they stay together as a couple for a long time. And I made a comment that to me, Ned and Olivia, if you think about it, the dynamic they have with their relationship. To me, that was the Ed and Lila dynamic. You know, Lila was the voice of reason. You know, Edward did do his dirt. I mean, come on. I saw Jimmy Lee Holt came about and others realistically, but Lila was really a stronghold. She was, and I think that's really what we have in Ned and Olivia. So if anybody has a comment on that, you know, what's your comment on, you know, Ned and Olivia? I would like to hear that as well. And then Sandy said that, yeah, she felt I was right, that goodness, Carly could, that's my dog barking outside. She can get back in, but she pretends like she can't. That yes, Nina did keep Sonny from her for 9 months. So yeah, she could keep the news about Willow for a little while longer. And then I think that's about it with her comments there. So I really love it because she acts like she can't get in the house. So that is the comments and that is the review. See, you could tell this is real life. You're in your house. If you have little kids, they will run on up into the camera, don't they? But I have little Yorkies, and sometimes they're going to just be themselves. But with that being said, I will be back tomorrow for Cliffhanger Friday. Hopefully, Cliffhanger Friday is a good cliffhanger, but I doubt it. So anyway, everybody, I will talk to you tomorrow. Come inside, Kara.